We're here today in Toynbee Hall in London. We're here for the launch of phase 2 of the Community Research Networks project. And we're really pleased to be working with the Young Foundation, a charity and social enterprise, with communities and community organisations and researchers to use science, research, innovation to help make their communities and their places better.
The idea is that we need to have a much more inclusive research landscape across the UK. So lots of focus on science and technology, lots of focus on traditional R&D, but many of our problems are highly social, and social problems demand social solutions. So building the capability of people to be curious, researching their own challenges and making change in the places that they live, work and love.
Phase 2 of the Community Research Networks project involves 9 different projects in Belfast, in Murray, in County Durham, in the southwest, as far as the Isles of Scilly. And I think what's so fascinating about this is the diversity of projects we're seeing, because this is really bringing together the different motivations, different local priorities, and allowing them to drive a research agenda that really meets their needs.
Our network currently consists of 3 strands: a community group that's leading on young people with SEND, a second community group who's leading on marginalised women, and a third group that's leading on migrants and refugees. There's real clarity about what we want to do, and our vision is in the next 5 years to really change the feel of the relationships in Newham around community research, for those groups whose voices had not been heard before to feel really confident about standing up.
So our community research network is a network of young people that will be reaching into all areas of Staffordshire.
So often when people want to understand young people or hear young people's voice, it comes with a preset agenda. It comes with they're reacting or they're responding to an issue or a challenge. And I think this gives us the opportunity to actually say, let's approach this from completely the opposite end of the spectrum. Let's approach this through young people's eyes. Let's let them tell the story of what it is like for them to grow up in Staffordshire.
Some of the challenges are quite common to a lot of places. For example, we've got a really serious housing crisis, an interest that people in Cornwall, people in Wales, people all over can relate to. Flights can't go from our airport when it's foggy, and what we're seeing over time is increasing prevalence of fog. So there's a need to look into that and to understand how that's going to affect us in the future and what we can do about it.
Some of the partners involved are in racial justice, working with young people, working with health, working with mental health. Basically, over the next 5 years, we are hoping to be the owners of our information so that our data can inform us about what we can change and also inform others about the good practices that we carry out.
A piece of research that was carried out in the market in the mid-2000s said on average a life expectancy for a male in the market area was 57. They're not really in a position to think about things like research or prioritising that. So again, I think with this project, it's the investment into building that infrastructure and building it in a sustainable manner.
So be ydy'r effaith mawr da ni'n gweld ydy, da ni'n gweld fod lot o dai yn cymunedau ni yn cael ei gymryd drosodd gyn stwff fatha Airbnb. Mae hynna'n gadael gwagla mawr yn diwylliant ni a jyst ffordd o fyw o fewn y cymunedau.
Each organisation, through the way that we are funded, through the way that we are resourced, is forced to separate, when actually what community members want and need and don't understand is, why do we not all connect to each other? Why is it all different systems? So that's what I really want. And I want that story, when they tell it, to be meaningful, to be listened to, and for them to have ownership of it.
I think for me, my hope is fundamentally, and one of the reasons why we have Durham County Council as a key partner, is ensuring that we do have that very clear pathway to impact from a policy perspective, but also how does that then shape and influence investment and policy decisions that can really enable us to stimulate those communities in the future.
To just physically be in a room together is just great, and teasing out what's unique and individual about our own projects, but also what's shared, and really looking forward to coming back at various points and seeing how each of us develop around those sort of shared characteristics.
The people that we've gathered together are phenomenal. I can tell you that I'm so excited about what they'll achieve. There's no doubt in my mind they're all going to do amazing things. Most of them have got a steep hill to climb in getting there. And the job of work is to be allies, collaborative, supportive, and make sure that we exploit every last opportunity to create some real change in the places where they live.